Hello everyone, welcome to episode 21 of SkyFactory 4. This time I'm taking a turn. I'm gonna make things a lot more simple for me by upgrading my storage system instead of doing advancements. But last time I got this one done and the fusion reactor build done. I just need to work my way up to build enough energy per tick to get to that 3,333,000 mark. So I'm getting a bunch of deuterium to save all of that up so that I can get to that mark. But while that's saving up, I'm doing applied energistics. So I'm gonna move it a little bit farther away from base so it's not laggy. And I think that'll fix a lot of it. This looks like a good spot for it. It's far away enough that I'm not lagging. And I'll set up a little grass circle around it so I have some space. Alright, here we go. If you've seen the last episodes, you know that my storage system, my old one, had a compact machine room. Like this one, the maximum one. So I'm gonna create another one of those because it's really nice to have something all in one block. To get this, I'm gonna need these miniaturization field projectors along with their blocks. I shouldn't have a problem with that because I've done it before. I know how it works now, unlike last time. So this is an easy crafting recipe. Let me get that. There's the 4 miniaturization things. The next thing I have to do is make a big enough place for all these field projectors to go into. So I'm just gonna set one up over in this area here. All right, set that up. Now I have to build a structure like it says on this visual. 98 compact machine walls in a block of emerald. Basically, it's a 5x5x5 block with all of the middle blocks missing. And then there's one emerald block in the middle, place it wherever I want. Throw an ender pearl at the top of this projection and it will craft the thing. To get these compact machine walls, I have to do pretty much the same thing here, except a smaller version. And that's getting an iron block, placing redstone on top of it, and throwing a redstone piece inside of the zone. So I'll show you what that looks like if you haven't seen the previous video. Okay, so I take the iron block and the redstone, and I made a platform down here so it's easier to just build on. I build the structure I want, and I go outside, and whatever item it says on the right side here, I just throw, and it starts the process. Out of that, I'll get the 16 compact machine walls that it says in the top right. And yeah, they just drop down here. So I'll get a bunch more of those until I have enough. Okay, I got 2 stacks, which is more than the 98 that's required to build this thing. I just need an emerald block, and then I throw an ender pearl at this thing right here. Okay, I made this 5x5 box. I put the emerald block in the middle, place that there, grab an ender pearl, and I chuck it right there, and there you go. That'll give me the maxed out version. Takes a second because it's the largest. And there you go. The smallest, biggest block. A little bit of both. So I place it down, and then I need a personal shrinking device in order to enter the thing. So I right click on it, and I go inside of the dimension to this maximum thing. I was kind of hoping for my old place to be here, but it's not. And I get this whole space to work with. So I should definitely be able to get an ME system fit inside of here. But that's where it comes to automating everything. In the age of storage advancements, we have it all here. This is everything to do with applied energistics, and I've obtained everything before. So first things first, I need this energy acceptor, which I think is EMC-able. Yeah, I have it here. So put it down there. I need to apply energy to it. And to do that, I have a flux thing in my simple storage, I believe. I don't, but I can make one. So it's called a flux point. It has a network, and I just connect it to it. Okile's network. I have some power being sent to it from the outside world. I don't think it's sending any power right now because it doesn't need to. But this accepts the energy coming from that. And then this will also send energy to the ME drive. Now, I don't have that anymore since I broke my storage system. I'll keep bringing that up, but it's really annoying because I did. Anyways, to craft the ME drive, I need iron ingot, glass, flukes, cables, and engineering processors. I don't have any of those, but I have this printed engineering circuit and the printed silicone from my stash that I made in an episode long ago. Oh no. Oh no. What is going on here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. What is happening? I just came back to get my stuff. It's blown up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Whatever that liquid is, it burns me. Oh, I almost died there. Let me replace this. I don't know what just happened. Whoa, what the heck? Let me fix you. God dang. Okay. You don't want to be fixed. Is it the fluid? Is that not supposed to be there? What are you? If I break over here, is the fluid there? It is. Okay, I believe I fixed it. It was exploding because these electromagnets were not receiving enough power. I ran out of Eternalis fuel blocks. But it's all good now. Anyways, let me grab all these processors here that I was going to bring over. Alright, I'll place these three things right here. And what do I do with them? Well, I got to figure out the math to see how much of these I'm going to need in order to craft the best processor, the best component in the game, which is this 16,384,000. So it's like 1,000,000 of a 16,000. So let me do the math real quick. It shouldn't take too long. Okay, so I just did the math, but we weren't including the calculation one here. Silicone kind of incorporates all of these, so that's the total amount of silicone I need. I'm gonna have to produce that the most. We already have more than enough engineering, because surprisingly enough, it only takes 40 of those to make the best processor. So using that information, we don't really have to automate the engineering circuits. I guess just a little bit if we want to make a ton of these 16,000 ones, but I don't really need to, because most things can be EMC'd except this. Basically, I need to automate the crap out of logic and calculation and silicone. And to do that, I made some advanced inscribers. I wouldn't call it a difficult recipe because I have everything except the engineering processors, but even then, I did make 38 of them, so I could print out a ton of these advanced inscribers. So I just got myself 4, and then I put some stuff into here once, or I guess not. It just likes to be separate. I don't know why. But I'll use these to automate the logic circuit. So how am I going to do that? Well, to make that logic circuit, I need an inscriber logic press. I don't think I have that anymore, but I can go check. Yeah, no, I don't have it. Good thing it's not too difficult to craft because I have a forge already. That clears a lot of stuff up. We got this cobblestone circuit mold that I need to use in order to get all of these presses. So I'm going to need logic. I'm going to need other stuff too. Oh, wait, I actually might have them inside of the inscribers that are over here. I have engineering. Do I have logic? Logic. Okay, cool. And silicone. I just need calculation. So my situation isn't as bad as I thought it was. To get the calculation press, I need to put tough alloy into the forge. We have plenty of that. And then that on top of a cobblestone circuit mold. I don't have that cobblestone circuit mold, so to craft that I need a chisel head cast, and I put cobblestone in an inscriber. Good thing that's not difficult. Chisel, cobblestoneify it, put it here, and I gotta pour some gold on it, but I don't have any. There we go, I got gold now. So pour it on this thing, if I can. And we got a chisel thing. Now I put it in the inscriber with some cobblestone, just like that. And we get the thing. Put that there. Tough alloy in there. Don't need that much. Pour the tough alloy on. And we got ourselves a calculation press. Woohoo. So with all those presses, we can start the automation process. But like I said before, all of this data is telling us that silicone is the one that needs the most. 3,330 for silicone. And that's not used in the crafting process. It's used in the process to make the other ones. So I think having a really high amount of silicone is just going to do us good overall. So I want to dedicate most of the automation to getting silicone and using that for the other ones. So let's set up something like that. If we want the printed silicone, we need silicone, any type of silicone, but I already have some, and the silicone press and an inscriber, or the advanced one like I have here. So basically, put the advanced scriber down here for silicone, just to save some space. I don't want it to touch anything else. We'll put the, where is it? Silicone press here, and then silicone will go in this middle spot. So for instance, I got a stack here and it's working because somehow this has power. And that's also a problem. I kind of need to find a way to get power inside of here because the Fluix cables, even though it's supposed to wirelessly charge stuff, I think the dimensions are taking a hit on it because I put chunk loading on the flux plugs, but they still don't work. Like every time I put chunk loading on, I click apply, I go back on and it didn't actually apply. But I think I know a way to fix this. If I go out of my compact machine here, I can craft another thing using these field projectors. And it's about the tunnels and the redstone tunnels. And it's about the tunnels. So to get this, I need a hopper, a compact machine wall, redstone, in this really weird way. But I'll get 2 tunnels out of that, and that's really good. So let's get that. I'll explain how it works later. Okay, got the tunnels. Let's go back in. I'll attach a tunnel right here. So you can see on the wall here, it tells us which direction it's at. I can keep clicking it and it decides where the tunnel is going to be located on the block outside of this mini dimension here. So if it's down, it's on the bottom of the block. If it's up, it's on the top of the block. I'll just keep it on up just because I can attach a flux thing to it and it looks nice. So if we go outside again, I need to get a flux point, put it on top, attach it to my network, and now we have power going into this block. So yeah, you can see here, I'm hovering over it and it tells me that I have a lot of energy here. If I get some energy cables and run it to this block, it's not going to give it any because apparently AE2 stuff only likes to get energy from the energy acceptor. So what we got to do here is put the energy acceptor on the wall. Actually, I should probably move the tunnel down one. I'll put it here, up. There you go. We got all the energy. Put the energy acceptor here so it takes in the energy and we don't even see the tunnel. Makes it look a lot nicer. And then we need these flux cables, and that will apparently transfer power of stuff to other stuff. So advanced inscriber, put that there, gave it power. It's continuing to give it power because it's not going down. So it looks like everything's working here. We're getting our printed silicone just as planned. And then if I want to speed it up, I can use this thing over here. Anyways, we need a lot of this silicone, so crates might not do. I think I want to get a black hole containment unit instead, because that's infinite items instead of a limit of 65,000. Using a black hole unit, it's plastic, ender pearl, eye of enders, chests, and machine casing. We know how to get all of that. In fact, it's pretty much EMCable besides the eye of enders, so let me get a bunch of those. I got myself a stack of them. Oh no, they're not stackable. Okay, that's fine. Put it inside this chest I have. And then I'll use what I got here. So these black hole units, I'm going to use them to put the silicone inside of so I can transfer it inside of this machine. I can get an item cable, put it there, and that'll input silicone, if that's right. It might need to go in through the side though. So let me put silicone there. Oh yeah, it's working. Cool. So just put silicone in there and then output the printed silicone into another black hole containment unit like this one, just like that, and perfect. So that's how you automate printed silicone. Woohoo! All we need to do is speed up this process. We can add speed upgrades here, but we can also get this dark matter pedestal with a watch of flowing time to make it all a little bit faster. All right, put that there. This is going through it a lot faster. Oh no. It's not giving it power anymore. Yeah, that happened the last time. I don't know why, but it just doesn't like the watch of flowing time in this dimension. It just doesn't work. It breaks after a bit. So I gotta like replace this thing. And will that work now? No, it won't. Okay, so I figured out why this thing wasn't sending power to this advanced inscriber after a little while. And it's a little hard to explain, but chunk loading is disabled in SkyFactory 4. I don't know why. Probably something to do with saving lag from killing the game. But when I'm outside of this compact dimension, for whatever reason, all of the blocks in here actually work. So I'll just use this combustion generator here until I'm done with all this automation. And that gives the energy acceptor some energy. So this will continue to receive energy forever. It won't break if I put down a watch of flowing time on a pedestal. Am I right about that? I'm right about that. Cool. Alright, so we got that printed silicone automated pretty much. The only problem is that I'm going to run out of silicone like I just did there. And I'm going to have to manually keep putting more inside of it. So if there's a way I can automate silicone, which there is, then I should probably use that at some point. But for now, I'm just going to manually put it inside of the machine so that it can print out more silicone. Let's start automating the logic circuits. To do the logic processors, I'm going to need the silicone. So that's going to have to pump out a lot. To do the logic processors, I'm going to need to use the printed silicone and the printed logic circuit. And to get that, logic press, gold. It's pretty simple. It's just like this system, but doubled because there's a second step. Let's put an advanced inscriber machine here. Give it some power through this cable. And yep, that has power. And then I need to give it the logic press along with a bunch of gold. So let's get a black hole containment unit up there with the item extraction cable there. Put gold in there. It'll have power. It'll pump out the gold, and it has power, so it'll pump out the logic circuits into another black hole containment unit. So there's that. Does it work? Probably. Yes, it works. And then last but not least, calculation press. Put down another inscriber. Give it some power. Black hole unit above with the nether crystals. So that's where the enrichment chamber is going to need to play. So that's where the enrichment chamber comes into play. I'll output the crystals into that thing, even though it doesn't have any right now. I just need a bunch of nether quartz seeds to go into that. So that works. Just needed power. So yeah, that works. And then I need to output the items through the bottom. Output. And does that go in there? Does it? It does. Cool. And then I just need to output the calculation circuits to another black hole containment unit. Just like that. Cool. So all of these are being automated currently. I don't need the engineering one because, like I said, I only need, what, 40 of them for one of the maxed out ones. So that's ridiculously cheap. So it looks pretty good in my opinion, but I think it needs a little bit more work because I need to keep putting in items. I kind of want it to be automatic, but if I'm being realistic, I don't think I have enough space to just do that inside of here. So I'm going to play into this process a little bit. I'm going to manually be putting in a bunch of items here. I'll be standing here. When these items get low, I'll put more of them inside of these machines, and these will connect to the parts that need it. So this up here, this needs these seeds. So I'll output it all the way into this machine, and it works. Next one is gold. Okay, I tried to separate it. I don't know how. So that's not going to work there. I guess I can put it here instead, but that kind of looks ugly. I don't see the gold. Put it there. So gold goes in there. Seeds go in there. And then silicone. We'll just output you here. And then it goes into that machine over there. Gotta be honest, this all looks good to me. So let's see if it all works by putting in the respective items. Silicone, do you work? You do. Okay. Gold, do you work? You do. And calculation, you already work. I don't need to check you. So that's how we can get a bunch of these processors. It's going to take a second, of course, but I think it's all going to work out. Let's work on the other stuff now. I'm going to provide an energy acceptor over here. It can't get energy from the outside, but I'll put a tunnel on it again. Oh, it can't go up because something else is already up. I tried setting it on the up setting. How about I go outside again, and I'll attach energy to the south side. Cable. Cool. So when I place a tunnel over here, I can put it on south, and it has energy. Cool. Energy acceptor here. That takes the energy in, and then I'll attach power to an ME drive, which is the thing I'll craft next. The ME drive is a pretty simple recipe. Engineering processors, flux cable, and iron. I have all of that, don't I? Yeah, I do. So I'll get one of those. I'll put it here, and then that's where you put your storage cells inside of. In my case, I'm going to get this ME16384K storage cell, which can hold 63 different items and 16,700,000 amount of items in there. So let's say I had 16,777,215 apples, and then I had one diamond sword. That's all it could hold. It doesn't matter if you try to add more items. It can only hold a certain amount and a certain amount of type. Next thing I need is a screen to click on so I can access the storage system, but that'll be done from the outside, so I won't put it in here. I'll only have like the ME drives inside of here in the automation process to getting more cells. So on the outside, I'm gonna get this ME crafting terminal here, which is a crafting table, calculation processor, and an ME terminal. ME terminal is pretty annoying to get, but it's not difficult by any means. Alright, there's the ME crafting terminal. Took a second, but we got it now. So that's our way of hooking up to the system. All our items will display there. I can even craft stuff in there. It'll be amazing, except I can't connect my EMC to it. That's okay though. I'd say it's time to start making that super advanced processor, because look at that, 7,000, 8,000, 3,000. That's more than enough to create 2 of them. So allow me to put up a system here. To do this, I'm gonna connect the logic circuits and the silicone circuits together. This thing also needs some power though, so I'll do that through this. Cool. That's creating the logic processors. I'm gonna need a lot of that. I'll just input it through that, and boom, yeah. All it needs is redstone now, but I don't have a really good way of getting it the redstone it needs. Or actually, I kind of do. If I just put a chest here and then extract it into there, I think I can get redstone in. Is that right? That's wrong. Oh no. Yeah, it's working. Cool. That gets us those processors. I'm gonna need 2,227 of those. Next thing is the calculation one. And by the way, I'm not gonna get these ratios right. I'm gonna have to put some manual input into it, but I just wanna get enough of them. So I'll wait until this gets to the what mark? What is it to get 2 of them? 4,454. I'll wait till that, and then I'll switch to the calculation. All right, reached the mark. I'm gonna cut it off now. I think the best way to cut it off is basically just cutting these 2 things off. Redstone's fine to keep pumping in because it's not gonna do anything. But there you go, cut off now. And then the next thing I need is the calculator processor. So I'm gonna output those into an inscriber as well. I'll put it there, get some power going to it. And then I need the silicone processors on the other side. And I did that through rewiring some other stuff. So now it's a combination of me putting in items, me manually breaking wires, because it's essentially just me crafting. I'm deciding how much I want to go in, and I'll break it when I get to that point. And then I push some items over here, just need a redstone now, and an output. So I'll output it to a black hole containment unit right there. And then it needs redstone, which I can do through putting it in a chest I just put above. I had to reroute this again. So now that that's working, I just need to wait till this gets to 2,106 so that it's double the amount it says here, just like the logic one. Okay, it's about at that mark, so let me cut off the stuff now. And it can't do anything else. Cool. I think the only thing left is to get a little bit more engineering processors. I said I need 40 per, and I actually don't even have that. It's not that I need to automate it. It's just a quick thing to do. But there we go. I have enough of everything now, which means the only thing left that I need to do to get resources for these processors is just things that come from EMC, like glowstone, quartz glass, redstone, and flukes and more redstone. So it's really simple. Let me get that crafted. All right, took a second because it's a little bit difficult to craft them all at the same time, but I got myself one of these things, and all I need to do with that is combine it with the advanced storage housing, which I can craft or just EMC it. And honestly, I'd rather just EMC that just because it's an easy one to craft. But there we go. That's our first storage cell and the best one. So I can put it inside of here. I should have the ability to use this, I think, possibly. I don't know. I'm actually not sure if this is a receiving power or not. So let's test it on this. Oh yeah, it's not receiving power. Maybe if I go outside, it will give power to it because it's going into the south side. And I set the tunnel where that energy acceptor was on the south side. Okay, yeah, that's turning on now. So if I go outside once more and I go to... Oh, this is difficult because I got power there. So I'm gonna need another tunnel, basically. Good thing it's not difficult to craft. There we go. I can take it... What do I want it to be on? Probably the west side here. I'll go inside. I'm gonna remove this real quick. I'm gonna set up another tunnel, and that's gonna go on west. So there we go. We got power connecting to it, and we got actual storage connecting to it. So we'll go out again, hook up this to the west side, and attach an ME terminal to it, which still didn't work. What am I doing? Honestly, I have no idea why it's not working. Let's try a different method. Yeah, I have no idea why it's not working. It says it's not powered, so I don't think there's power going through, and I don't think there's items going through. This might have to be something I have to make outside of compact machines. I looked it up, and it says there has to be another mod, but it's not in here. That's fine, I guess. It doesn't take up much space in the first place. So I can just remove this. It's not a big hassle, and put it on the outside instead of in here. So I'd essentially just be doing the same thing, and this needs to be powered. Does it work? It works. Yes, that's okay, cool. Now I can put all my useless crap inside of that instead of the other one over there. So I'm gonna craft 9 more of these storage things, and that'll be that. Small storage system, more than enough of these because everything else goes inside of here. Alright, I got the 9 more storage cells now. So that's complete. So I'm gonna clean up all of this mess because Jesus, I don't need it anymore. There's no way I'm going to use up all of that storage. Or actually, you know what? I can keep it here just in case I want to come back and use this again to automate all of this crap. But for now, I'm out of here. That was a lot of work for just a little bit more storage. Okay, so now that this is done, I'm gonna go over to my fusion reactor and try to finish that up. Hey, it's future me here, and I'm not gonna put this part in the video because I messed up entirely. Instead of tritium and deuterium, I did hydrogen and deuterium when I put the reactor back together to try to get to that 3 million mark, and it did not work. Tellio! On the bright side, I got applied energistics done, so let's see what else I can do before I end the episode. I think I said I wanted to do the s'mores, so we'll give it a shot. Craft a s'more double smingit. So this is what it wants me to craft. S'mores double smingit. It's milk chocolate, marshmallow, 2 s'more ingots, and those are pretty much the same recipe except graham crackers. So let's start with milk chocolate because that's core to every single piece there. To get this, I can do molten milk chocolate in a cast or an ingot former. I have both those machines, but to get the molten milk chocolate, I can do it through alloying, which I don't really like, or the salt mixer. You see molten dark chocolate and milk. We have milk. Molten dark chocolate is from dark chocolate, but to get molten dark chocolate, you need molten sugar and molten unsweetened chocolate. Sugar sounds easy enough. Yeah, you just put sugar in a melter. But to get unsweetened chocolate, you need to get chocolate liquor and cocoa butter. Cocoa butter comes from ground cocoa nibs. Where do you get that from? Manufactory, cocoa beans into that. Okay. So we got one thing we can start off with. But how do we get the chocolate liquor? To get that, you just put some cocoa nibs into a melter. So fundamentally, it comes down to the cocoa nibs. You put that in a melter and then you put cocoa nibs and another thing. So let's get these cocoa nibs. To get that comes from cocoa beans melted down. Put it in the furnace. Get those roasted cocoa beans, and then you put those inside of a manufactory to get the cocoa nibs. But I don't have a manufacturer, so how do you craft it? Lead, have that. Flint, have that. Redstone, piston, solenoid. Okay, I have all that. So I'll hook this manufactory up to power, and then I'll put my roasted cocoa beans inside of there to get those nibs. So I got 4 of those nibs so far. Let's use them in the melter to get liquor, and then in a fluid extractor to get the cocoa butter. I don't have a fluid extractor yet, so I need to craft one of those. To get that, it's everything I already have. And then the other machine is the melter, and I already have that. Okay, got the fluid extractor down. That'll get me that cocoa butter. And then the melter here will get me that cocoa liquor. Milk chocolate does not have an EMC value, so I'm gonna need to get a lot of this cocoa butter and a lot of the chocolate liquor. So I'll just keep multiplying that. But it's a good thing that 2 of these nibs equals 1 chocolate bar in the long run. Alright, with this stuff that we have here, cocoa butter and cocoa liquor, or chocolate liquor, I'll be able to transfer that into the salt mixer, which I don't have. So that's a bucket machine, chases, stealing it, electric motor, basic plating. I have all that. So I'll craft it right there. Salt mixer, and now I just got to get both of these to transport it into this. So I guess I'll put it there. I'll get some fluid pipes to put these 2 into this, just like that. And then this needs power, which I have a flux point for. And that will do its thing, correct? No? There we go. Molten unsweetened chocolate. And I was wrong. It looks like for every one of those nibs, it actually creates 2 chocolate bars. I forgot that the liquids would pile on top of each other. I thought it would just become like a single thing, that it would take the average of the fluids. But we got this now, and then we use that molten unsweetened chocolate to go into another salt mixer, but this time you'd add molten sugar, and that will get you the molten dark chocolate. So I'll come over here. I got the unsweetened chocolate in there, and I got the molten sugar in there. Put the salt mixer down here, and that should input everything if I'm not wrong. Doesn't look like it's inputting the sugar, but I guess that Oh no, I broke the block. It deleted the sugar. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. We got molten sugar in there now. So this just needs power, which I can give it like that, if it actually works. But I think the network's having some difficulties. Everything it's inputting is being output. So something's stealing the energy and I don't know what it is. Okay, I found what's stealing it all. It is this machine over here. Oh, look at that. Basically, I'm trying to get a lot of deuterium, but I don't need it anymore over here just because the fusion reactor is doing us so much more. So I forgot to delete that. So now this stuff should receive its power if I give it power, right? Yeah, cool. Molten dark chocolate. I'll need more later, but this should be enough for now for a Moore's double sming. Okay, this is ready to be input into a tank, just like that. There you go, dark chocolate. And now this dark chocolate can go into this salt mixer, and that just needs some milk. But I don't have cows. I have a cow in a jar though. That should work, right? You're getting me milk? Yes, you are. So I'll input that into this. Perfect. Attach power, and it gets me molten milk chocolate. All I do left with that is to make the milk chocolate itself. This just goes into an ingot former. And I have one of those. Form me milk chocolate. Yeah. I was able to get 28 pieces. That's a lot. Alright then. So we got our chocolate. Hopefully I don't need more. Next thing is graham crackers. You just need to put flour in a pressurizer. But to get flour, you need wheat in a manufactory, which I can do. So that's pretty easy. I don't have all the machines, but I can craft them. I'm also going to move over here because it's a lot less laggy. So here's my manufactory. Needs some power. And I put wheat in there to get us that flour. And then what I do with that, like I said before, I put it in the pressurizer. So here's the pressurizer. I take the flour and I put it in there. Cool, we got graham crackers. All we need left is the marshmallow. To get that, you need liquid marshmallow in an ingot former. To get liquid marshmallow, you put it in a salt mixer with molten sugar. Already know how to get that. And hydrated gelatin. Hydrated gelatin is created through molten gelatin and water. Okay. To get molten gelatin, you need gelatin in a melter. And to get gelatin, you get it from pig or fish in a manufactory. Okay, let's do that. I have a bunch of pork chops, so we can do that. Gelatin. And you put it in the melter. Gets us that molten gelatin. That goes into the salt mixer, which goes along with water. That creates the hydrated gelatin. That goes into another salt mixer along with molten sugar that I get from a melter and some sugar. And that creates our liquid marshmallow. Put that in an ingot former and we're done. Boom. Marshmallows. Woohoo. So with all of that stuff, we can go here. We have everything except these s'mores, sming it, but I can craft those, which means I can now get this one. Yay. All right. Next one. Dark Toasto. Holy crap. Create the ultimate sandwich using Culinary Construct Sandwich Station. Add the ingredients in the exact order as follows. Cornbread, BLT sandwich, cheeseburger, enchanted golden apple, onion rings, coffee. Okay, so Culinary Construct Sandwich Station. This thing here. So crafting table with a slab like that. I'll put this down here, and it said to craft it in some strange order. Cornbread is the first thing. Okay. How do you get cornbread? Cornbread is corn and bread. We have bread. Do we have corn? No, we don't, but we can get it. Raw corn, and smelting it gets you corn. Well, I know in our old storage system we have corn. I'm just gonna actually remove everything and put it into my new one. Also brought my new storage system over here. I need a Fluix thing. And then, what did I say I needed? Corn? Do I have some? I do. So I'll cook one of those. That gets us the corn, and then I combine that with bread. Boom, cornbread. So that's the first thing. I'll put that in there for now. That stays in there, yeah. The next thing it wanted me to do is BLT sandwich. How do I get that? BLT. Cooked dough, know how to get that. Bacon, lettuce, tomato. Well, I know I have lettuce in there. I saw it, correct? Yeah, I got one at least. Do I have dough in my EMC thing? No, I don't. I just know how to get dough from that donut sapling we did a long time ago. But to get dough, it's wheat in a water bucket. So we get cooked dough out of that. And then bacon. I had that once. I think it was a different type of bacon. Yeah, it was this type of bacon. But that's not the same one that it's asking for here. To get this one, I need a cooked pork chop, which I have. Put that there, get bacon. Need one of those. And the last thing to get is a tomato. I probably have tomato seeds in here somewhere. Are you tomato? No. I don't. Let's ask the merchant. I placed it in a bad spot because it's gonna fall into the void, aren't you? Yeah. Anyways, tomato seeds. I need 8 wheat. There you go. Bone meal that up to get us a tomato, and we're good to craft the BLT. Boom. BLT. Put that in there. So that's not done yet, but almost. That looks really good to eat. If I had one of those in vanilla Minecraft, I'd be set. Anyways, next item, cheeseburger. All right, to get one of these, cucumber, top bun, ground beef, and cheese. Top bun, bottom bun. They're different things. I think they're just crafted with wheat in 2 different directions. So top bun would be crafted like that, yeah, and bottom bun like this. Cool. What else? Cucumber. I'm clicking on it and there's no way to get it. You know what? It's probably a seed here, is it? Yes, it is. So I can trade 8 wheat for it and plant that down to get myself a cucumber. Next thing, ground beef. Get it from a steak. I don't have a cow. I know I can grow a cow if I trade corn for a seed. Like this. Grow it up and then kill it for its meat, but I don't have a grown cow unless I feed you forever. No way, you can trade wheat for beef in here. I don't need to kill a cow. Cool. Get steak and get ground beef. Next thing I need is cheese, and that's just a bunch of milk. Boom, cheese. Okay, so we can craft that burger now and put it inside of this thing. What's it looking like now? 15 hunger bars, 16 saturation bars. Oh my god. And the quality's only average. The heck? It's gotta be above average. Next thing, enchanted golden apple. Never seen a recipe so easy. Boom. Put that in there. Tasty. Oh my god, look at the saturation. 25. 2 more things. Onion rings and coffee. To get onion rings, I need an onion and I smelt it. To get an onion, I probably grow it, don't I? Do I have an onion? No. Is it a seed? No. What the heck? Oh no, where do you get an onion? Obtained by breaking XL food mod grass. Alright, here's their grass. To get it, you put normal grass inside of a yellow dyed water. Sounds simple enough. Let me get that. And I got grass here. Just dump it in. Hopefully we can get an onion. That's not an onion. That's not an onion. That's not an onion. Oh, man. Oh, onion. Cool. Let's smelt it. Boom. Onion rings. Put that in there. I don't know how many. Probably just 1. Yeah, just 1. And it ups it all a little bit more. And then the last thing was coffee. If I want to get coffee, I need a coffee cup, just created by iron and a stick. So get a coffee cup and then cocoa beans, like that. Boom, coffee. I don't know how you put coffee on a sandwich, but now it's done. 19 and 33, holy crap. And we got that achievement done. Dark Toasto. Can't even eat it because my armor gives me hunger. That's amazing. Well, I think I'm going to end it there for this one. I think I did a lot. Made life a lot more comfortable with that applied energistic system. And I completed some s'mores quest. I attempted to do the fusion reactor, but that just does not work for me. Mostly because I forgot what I was doing. But I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you tomorrow for a Terraria video. And yeah, see you later.